guys, you have now tuned in to my Catfish recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever the heck you like to share videos, okay? Like Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus, or wherever else. All right, and give it that good old thumbs up. So now let's go ahead and get into this recap. As we know, Max, he's supposed to be out for only 5 episodes, so next week he's gonna be back. Whoop, whoop, okay? But for right now, the person that's filling in, his name is Alex, and he's like, I believe they said he was like an actor, and he actually worked with Max on a project before, so he knows Max a little something, something. So the person that has contacted them, her name is Chitara, and she's a mom of 2. And she lives in North Carolina. She's 28 years old. The person that she is trying to find out if they were catfishing her is this girl. Yes, it's a girl. And her name is Priscilla. And she was supposed to be, I think, 22 or something in the 20s. So they met on Moco Space. And you know, when I heard Moco Space, I was just sitting down and I started dying with laughs because I was just like, oh my gosh, I remember back in the days, I used to be on Moco Space like all the time. I think Moco Space was popping like back in 2007 is when I got into Moco Space. 2007, maybe 2008 a little bit as well. And I logged in, I think it was like last year just to see if it was still working. And it was like it kind of got old, like how MySpace kind of like faded away type of thing. But it never really got as mainstream as MySpace, or at least I don't think so, but it was really popping on cell phones back when I think it was a Nextel at that time. I used to use it a lot, and my other AT&T phone that I had. But anyways, so yeah, that was just funny to me. But they said that she said that they used to be on the phone for hours just talking, and they never actually met in person. All they did was like video chat. The girl just randomly broke it off with her and said that she done found a new boo. She found a man, and she said that everything that she told her was just lies. And that was like pretty much the end of it all. So she wants to know what the heck is going on. Who the heck was this that actually broke up with her and stuff like that. So now she also, around the time that, what's her name? Priscilla told Chitara that she wanted to break up with her, was also around the time that she said that she lost her mother. So that's around the time when everything started changing. Like she lost her mother, and then things just started like flipping after that. And she kind of seemed more distant, is what Chitara said. So they start their investigation, and they come across this girl named Kalani. Kalani has multiple profiles. So now it's kind of looking a little bit weird, because the reason why they kind of came across Kalani was because Kalani had wrote on Priscilla's like her wall saying something about, oh, I miss you, and oh, I love you a lot of times. And then she also said our Uvo chat last night was great. But Alex, he made up a good suggestion, because he was like, you know what? I remember there was somebody that I knew that used to make a lot of different profiles, and then they used to talk to themselves using these different profiles. I'm like, these people just have too much freaking time on their hands. Like, for real, for real. How you sitting there, you making 2, 3, 4 profiles, you talking back to yourself, having a conversation. Like, to me, that's borderline crazy. Because you have multiple personalities. If you're able to do all of this, do you have a job? What do you do during the day? Or is this your night thing? So that's exactly what he suspects might be going down. And then when they take a closer look at each of the 2 profiles, they do notice that both of them was created around the same time. Bang. Clue number 1. And number 2 is that they both logged in and logged out at the same time. So it's like the person went on the computer, okay, let me put some pictures on here, let me do this, let me do that, bada bing, bada boom. And then they go to the next one, okay, let me put some pictures on here, let me do this, let me talk on to the other one, bada bing, bada boom. So they're doing everything at the same time. So that was kind of like a giveaway right there. So they're like, uh-oh, this looks like this person might be running a scam, like this is a catfish. Nev and Chitara, they call Priscilla, and when they do, they ask her if they can have like a sit down with her, and she seems a little reluctant at first, but then she says Oh, and she was kind of like talking about some Chitara just needs to move on because I let her know that this is not what I want and she just needs to let it go. And that's it. And Chitara was standing there. She's just like, with her little tongue ring, just like, oh my God. It's like she was like rolling her eyes and stuff. You could tell she was getting annoyed by everything that this chick was saying because it's like, when they finally hung up and she agreed to meet with them, she's like, oh, she's acting like I'm thirsty. And it's not even that serious. So that kind of made her upset about that. So when they end up going towards Priscilla's house, she lives in, I think they call it Greensboro in North Carolina, and Chitara's looking around like it's crazy how she was in that area not too long ago. So they drive, and when they get there, the house doesn't even look like the house that she had described. So that's another thing that kind of was like, oh, here we go, like this girl's a liar. Then when she finally comes to the door, you see this young girl come out the door. And then when she says who she is, her name is Ashanti. She's 18 years old, just turned 18 years old. So she can't even have a drink with the girl or anything, or really going on a real date with her or anything like that, if they even were to like hit it off. She was just a complete fraud. Like, she was nothing that she said she was. The only truth of the matter was that she actually did find a boyfriend. So that's the reason why she really did break it off. And she was like, oh, you were the last one, as though that's okay. That's acceptable. She's like, you were the last one. And then she started to try to catch an attitude when Chitara was asking her, like, why would you do something like this? And she's just like, oh, like, it's not a big deal. And she tells her pretty much that she retired doing that. And then somehow, some way, while they're having their little conversations, this chick, Ashanti, she mentions that she was like, get this B or this B something, the B word. And that kind of like flipped the switch in Chitara's head. And she was like, hold on. Who's she calling that? She was like, hold on. What you said? She was like, come see me. I was like, uh-oh. The hood done come out of the girl on TV. She done pushed a little button, a little trigger in that girl's head. And she about to beat this little young girl up. She about to catch it. And she kept on telling her, like, you are playing with a dangerous game. Because she said she's been doing this for years. Like, this is nothing brand new to her. She's been having multiple pages for a while. And then Ashanti, she reveals to Neve that she even lied about her mother dying. And she didn't want to, like, really talk about anything else that she mentioned. I guess because maybe embarrassment, or she just doesn't want to reveal those things on TV. But that's, like, real messed up for her to say something, wish death upon your mother. Not even if you're wishing it or not, but I don't know, like, to speak stuff like that into existence, that's crazy. That's one thing I think that you should never play with is death. Because if it, God forbid, it was to happen, it's like, wow, like, I was playing like this could happen, and it actually did. So after they have this big, crazy mess that they had, they all are like, all right, they can't really, like, be in the same area at that moment. So they all go their separate ways for a day or so. And then when they come back together, Chitara just kind of let Neve and Alex kind of do the talking. And she just pretty much listened and made faces as the girl was talking. The girl had the normal sob story. I think that they always want the person that's doing the catfish to kind of vindicate themselves, and just say the reasons why they did this, to show that there's a reason behind it, and they have these problems and issues, and they're not really bad people. They're just like scorned or hurt, so they did this because of that. So that's pretty much what happens with her. She had some issues when she was like 13 years old with her mom trying to get a place and stuff like that. So she said she created this person in order to be someone else for a day. But a day done turned into how many days? Because 365 times what? 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 18, 5 years? I mean, you couldn't draw the line some way. And then she tried to say many times that she tried to... No, you didn't. You didn't try that hard. You didn't really do anything. So just pretty much at the end of that, I mean, this was like a real dumb one. This girl, she was just young, and I feel like she was pretty immature, and she wanted a friend, but she took it too far, and she didn't realize it was going to get to this point where she would actually get caught out there. So I think that that's what really occurred with this one, with Ashanti. Chitara, she hasn't spoken to her yet. She's just focused on her kids now. And Ashanti, she didn't even answer them when they tried to, like, talk to her and get some kind of end to the whole thing. But I think at least one good thing that came out of this whole situation is that Chitara was able to get closure. Because, you know, if somebody just is like, yo, son, I don't want to be with you no more. After they done told you they want to marry you, they want to be with you forever, and all these good things in your ear that you always wanted to hear, you're finally hearing it. And then all of a sudden it's like, all right, I'm out. Deuces. It's like, wait, what? What's going on here? Can I have a little bit of an explanation? What's going on? What's up? I mean, can you tell me something? So that's the kind of thing that Chitara was left with. But now she was able to get that closure. So now she can close that book, stay away from internet dating, just find real people somewhere and just forget about it, you know? All right, guys, let me know what you thought about this episode down below. So it was pretty interesting. The Alex guy, he was okay. He wasn't the best host, but I'm happy that Max is going to be coming back for the next one. Thanks, guys. Be sure to check out my other channel, Samore Love TV, for fashion, beauty, and also my love and hip hop recaps. And stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.